Okay, so we're back with Painscreek Killings. We just got done going through the tea room. And I'm gonna say my voice probably sounds really bad. I had a long day of just talking and my throat is just killing me. So we're gonna try to get through this. Let me know in the comments below if you like that I'm reading all the books. I don't know. Like, some people like it, some people don't. I just want to know if that's something that you want me to continue. If you don't, I will stop that. Yeah. So we found two more keys. This one is Trisha's room. So we're gonna go to Trisha's room. Uh, which is good because we have a key to our drawer. So we already know something in here is locked. Might have had some birdies. Okay, so that's the lock one. We'll do that one afterwards. Let's see if there's anything on the door. They've been putting... Oh, no, there's not. Option? Thank you. Trisha requested that all her books be brought to her room in the hospital. Okay, so likes to read books. Oh, we have like jewelry box type thing, or music box, because I had a little wind up thing here. My diary. Obviously, it's in her room, so I'm gonna say it's her book. Scott's a strange kid, very quiet. I don't think it's right for the other boys to bully him and call him names. I wonder why Scott's parents didn't want him. I don't like after-school programs, especially ballet. It's difficult and boring, and I hate proper etiquette. What's wrong with being myself? I don't need to be like Mom. I haven't seen Dad for a while. I wonder when he'll be back. Every time I enter the study room, I can smell his tobacco smell. It's a perfect reminder when he's gone for so long. I miss Dad. Mom's always working. She's so busy with other parents that she has no time for me. Sometimes I wonder if Mom loves me. Maybe I should call Dorothy Mother instead. Ouch. Oh. Okay. So, we honestly don't... It's just, you know, more background with her and Scott. She doesn't want to be like her mother. And unfortunately feels like Mom doesn't love her. Which, I mean, I get. Mom's really busy. Both parents are very busy business people, right? So they're doing a lot of business and everything. So it's hard to be around and find that balance between home life and work life. It's just kind of sad that she thinks that. Well, we have a study room key, code. There we go. Also, I remembered, did I take a picture of it? I don't think I did. Someone said, it was Mary, I think. Mary, she said something about, what was it? Okay, right here. A painting of an old woman with a white band. I actually forgot that she mentioned this. There was a faint click, and I don't think we actually went back and looked at that. Looks like a cabin key, so... Again, why were they going to the shed if she had a key to his cabin? Like, they could just meet there. Okay, we got nothing there. And we have nothing there. Alright. So, unlock here. Okay. Please hold on to this. Someday I will tell you everything. Alright. Oh my goodness. Oh, my throat. Mom is so judgmental. She doesn't want me to be near Scott, saying that I should find someone who is of the same class as me. What does that even mean? Who determines what class Scott is in? Did Mom talk to Father Matthew? Is that why Father Matthew also forbid us from seeing each other? Don't they know we're in love? Last night, Scott and Father Matthew had a big fight. Father Matthew told him to stop seeing me again. I asked Scott why, but he didn't know the reason. I feel so miserable. Scott asked if I had a younger brother named Vincent. I didn't. He told me that it was probably just a rumor, but wanted to be sure about it. Who spreads such a rumor about my family? At dinner, I asked Mom if I ever had a younger brother named Vincent. She stared at me and said no. She then asked where I got the name from. When I said from Scott, she told me dinner's over. I argued with her. She yelled and sent me to my room. Later, I heard her arguing with Dad. How can Mom fire Scott? That's so unreasonable. There's no reason at all for firing him. And why can't I see Scott anymore? I love Scott. Dad loves him too. Only Mom hates him, and I don't know why. I finally find it really strange. I knew that today was Scott's day off, so I tried to surprise him at the cabin. However, I could not find him. I searched everywhere, inside and out of the cabin. He was nowhere to be found. Just as I was about to leave, he suddenly appeared as if he had been in here this whole time. This has happened several times now. I'm wondering if there's a hidden room in the cabin I just don't know about. Okay. First off, there is a reason he wouldn't stop peeking in through the windows. That's a pretty good dang reason right there. Also, this part, like, class, that's, that's so weird. It is about that range that's kind of getting outdated, but it's still there. We're in love, but Father Matthew also said no to the relationship. So he had something against the relationship. Or at least, maybe Vivian was like, yo, if you can't keep your son away from my daughter, I am gonna pull funding or something. Because it seems like she did a lot of funding for a lot of places, so it would kind of make sense. Forbid Scott from Trisha. So he also said, hey, no, don't go near her. Yep, they're fighting. They're not wanting them to see each other, which is kind of pushing them together. This little rumor right here. I don't know. The fact that they were arguing with the dad later. Maybe that was from the affair. And they're trying to keep it hush hush. But then how did Scott get the name? I don't know. This window, I find it really totally strange. I knew that today was Scott's day off, right? So this is November. This is a month after she's been fired, right? So did he already have another job? Like, we haven't really seen that he got another job since then. Other than he was, like, putting posters out saying he's a handyman and to, call him if you need something. But that's about it. So maybe that's what she's talking about. But now we think that there's, like, a hidden room in the cabin. Dear Trisha, you can always stay at my place when you feel lonely, Dorothy. Okay, so now we have a key to Dorothy's house, I'm guessing? Alright, so we have... This belongs in a mansion. Let's finish this area first. Before we start going, hey, let's run around and... Trying to decide, was there any other... I think there was a room down... Like, 2 rooms or something? Alright, so we have the gallery right here. A woman with a white headband. I actually don't remember seeing that. Okay, wait. Ooh, alright. We have a safe. It's 6. Okay, 6. We only have the year Trisha was born, not her thing. I was just thinking it would be like the kid's birth date. Something, oh, we do have the unlock symbol. Can we... Haha, nice. Alright, so this is actually the bedroom key. Or it was the bedroom key. We don't have it anymore. Ooh. Lots of little drawers. Got nothing of note. We got a 201 key. 201 was... Stephen Moss, right? Which I haven't actually wrote his name down fully, like the Moss part. Okay, we have a diary. Oh gosh. Alright, so... I just feel like Steven's like a step ahead of us. Like his key's here, but why would he drop his key? I don't know. Okay. We're gonna read this. Andrew came and told me he didn't need an assistant. He said Scott is too inexperienced and is a burden to him. What he hasn't realized is that the garden has not been maintained well over the past few months, that his drunk behavior is irritating, and that Scott is actually doing more work than he is. Scott is a fast learner. He should be up to speed in no time. Charles was the one who insisted on hiring him anyways. Charles liked the boy. They've been hunting together quite a number of times, and Charles always seems happy with his company. I just don't understand his love for hunting. He sometimes spends more time in his hunting cabin than he does at home. Okay. I was shocked to learn that Scott has been asking around about Sophia. How do you know Sophia? Who could have told him? It must have been Andrew, that drunk. I told him Sophia is gone. Those hallucinations of his is getting worse. He needs to see Henry and get more pills. I'll need to have Bernard keep an eye on Scott. From now on, I'll try and see who he talks to, who he asks. I called Oliver and asked if he could be the main photographer for the Easter fundraising event. When he asked what the funds will be used for, I told him it will be used to raise awareness of Painscreek, to promote our town's tourism. After listening, he agreed to help. When asked how much he would charge, he simply said it would be free. I was surprised. I appreciate his contribution to this for this town. The deal with Howard Medical came through, just as I anticipated. Instead of being happy, I felt empty. Am I getting numb from work? Or is it that I just don't care anymore? Our dinner tonight was quiet. Charles didn't eat much. He asked me about my day, but I didn't want to talk about it. As a matter of fact, I don't want to talk to him much these days. Trisha was silent as well. She's distancing herself from me. I can feel it. She used to confide in me about everything. Now we hardly talk. It's stopping her from seeing Scott wrong. I don't want Trisha to be near Scott anymore. Of all the men in the world, why would Trisha pick him? This is unacceptable. Alright, a little bit to process. Andrew didn't want an assistant, so we already this is just confirming what we already know. Again, it's showing that his his drunkenness behavior, his drinking is getting out of hand, where they're like, hey, we need an assistant for him. I mean, I think his anger at having an assistant is placed in the wrong place, because if he wasn't drinking all the time, they wouldn't have hired Scott. So maybe this should be a wake-up call for him, saying, hey, stop your damn drinking. It's getting a little out of hand. At least don't drink at work. Drink at home. But Charles was the one that hired him. and they like hunting. So we already know that they like to hunt. And now she's found out that Scott is asking about Sophia. Again, we're not really sure about who this Sophia is, other than that she worked at the mansion in '73, and she seems to be Matthew Brooks, Father Matthew Brooks's cousin. But we don't have any other thing going on her, so I'm not sure why he's bringing up Sophia or how he even knows about Sophia, seeing how it's something that we don't really have any information on. It's someone that literally just popped up since reading all this stuff. Um, did some filler stuff, more filler stuff. So in '94 though, she's getting numb from working, or she just doesn't care anymore, and she doesn't know which one that is. It could be a bit of both if she doesn't really know. I mean, it would seem, in her 30s, that's when she's already known to be a successful businesswoman in her 30s. So she's been working quite a while. Okay, so from here, we have a little thing going on. So, we got some time passed between these two ones, right? So she knows she's kind of losing touch with her daughter, and she's really missing that, interaction that she would have with her daughter all the time. So now she's wondering if stopping her from seeing Scott is wrong. And then all of a sudden here, I don't want Trisha to be near Scott anymore. Of all the men in this world, why would Trisha pick him? This is unacceptable. Something's going on between these two dates that makes her think Scott's really not worthy to be with. Oh, hi. To be with her daughter. Don't mind me. I was trying to see if I could look through that thing. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything else, so we actually can get into the study room now. I can remember over here. And that's 44871. 44871. Hello. Oh, hi. Oh, we actually have a light. Now, we saw this from the window. First floor, which, I mean, we kind of already know where everything is on the first floor. Okay. Okay, obviously desk is gonna be kind of obvious. There's something there, but let's check. Can I touch any of these books? There's not many books here. Okay. Okay. Why do these two have that? Does that mean nothing? Place item, okay. Medical report. Vivian's situation is currently stabilizing. She has accepted the fact that she cannot conceive anymore. However, she needs time to fully recover, and a 6-month rehabilitation is necessary. Your presence at the hospital has been noted to upset her. This only helps prolong her recovery. I am suggesting that you try to and refrain from visiting your wife until she is in better state to receive you. Your mother's desire for a boy to be an heir to your family has caused tremendous strain on her. Please consider addressing this issue with your mother. Painscreek Community Hospital reigns patient's recovery as the highest priority. Our staff will do their very best to help Vivian. I apologize for any inconvenience this may cause you, Henry Johnson. 1974. Okay, so Grandmama wanted a grandson, and I seeing how it said it's put a strain on her, so she might have been pushing Vivian really hard into that. So that might be explaining why, like, now that she's gone, Vivian doesn't go to the gravesite, because like that's not the way to have a relationship with um your child's significant other, is to push grandchildren on them. Like, it's their choice, not yours. You might want a grandson or a granddaughter or just grandchildren in general, but it's up to your child and their partner if they want to have children. You can't push that and can't blame it and everything. So I can understand why Vivian would be like, nah, I'm sick. Whenever he has to go see his mom, right? Or her gravestone. So I can get that. Like, they might have had a bad relationship just because of that stuff. Um, but yeah, she didn't want to see him, and then she can't conceive anymore, so she went to the hospital after Trisha was born. So Trisha would have been her only child that she would have been able to have. And I think in 74, what, she's 30 something years old. It's not. Ooh, we got. Okay, we have a knight. I almost forgot about this stuff. Okay, knight. Let's put that down. Knight 5. And a pawn 2. Pawn 2. Okay, we got nothing. Four right, 6 left, 3 right. Oops. Oh wait, I can store that. Yeah, it goes there. Let's oops. No, 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 open. We want everything open. Yeah, we need a code for this. Okay. All right. 4 right, 6 left, 3 right. Push. 3 right. 6 left. Oh, you know what? That explains. Oh, and they're not here anymore. Because they were part of the door. Ah, okay. I thought they were like hiding the wheels. You know, but this makes sense. Okay, we got nothing around here. Oh. Sophia. Oh, wait, this is Sophia. We already have a picture of this. Where? Right here. The secret lies with her. Okay. Oh, no, no, no. I don't want to delete. Okay. This is in his study. He has a picture of Sophia in here. Oh, what is Sophia is the, affair partner, and that's why no one really wants to talk about her, right? That makes sense. Okay, we have, Charles again. Vivian hasn't spoken much since she was discharged from the hospital. Dr. Johnson said she has fully healed, but it will take some time for her to adjust back to her old rhythm. I feel our relationship is deteriorating or suffering, has suffered permanently in some way. I love Trisha, and I know Vivian does too. I can only hope that my mother's passion for her grandson will not affect Vivian's love for Trisha. I hope that she does not hold any resentments towards Mother. I would hold resentments to your mother. Uh, discovered my affair. So I'm not sure when he had the affair. Doesn't really say. And this is 74. I don't know. So maybe he hasn't had the affair yet, but there's nothing really here for that. He just says that, like, has suffered. I mean, if your mom's been pushing her to have a grandson and now she can't have it, she's probably going through a depression state. Our baby daughter is born today. Oh, there he goes, June 11th. We know that, okay, sorry. Our baby daughter is born today. We've named her Trisha. Vivian had to go through a C-section. I'm just glad that both mother and child are safe, and I thank God for that. I feel so happy to have a baby in the family. There's no words to express the joy I'm feeling inside. At the same time, I am worried of what mother might say when she knows the baby is a girl. Fuck your mom. Vivian is being hospitalized for the second time in 1 year. The first time was for the C-section, this time for mental instability. Dr. Johnson told me not to visit her until she has stabilized and ready to receive me. What can I do? Mom wants a boy, but it's not safe for Vivian to be pregnant anymore. Tell your mom to get over it. Sometimes I feel lost, not knowing what to do. Mostly, I feel lonely. I never thought this would happen. Whenever Sophia is babysitting Trisha, she would listen to everything I have to say. I could express myself candidly. Never once did she question the decisions I made. It made me feel like she understands me. I found comfort in her, both spiritually and physically. I just never thought I would have a relationship with her. What should I do now? I have a name for our child. He will be called Vincent Roberts. I will add him to my will. Sophia seems to be hiding as well as she can from Vivian. Even I have not seen her in the last 2 days. I wonder where she could be. Okay. I was right. Sophia is the... That Sophia happened. So... okay. I don't like it. Like, I get you can have feelings for someone else, but you're married. Don't act on those feelings. You are married. If you want to act on those feelings, get divorced or have a conversation with your significant other about, like, having, like, maybe an open relationship or something. Don't just sit there and be like, oh yeah, my so and so will never find out that I had an affair. They find out. What do you okay, I'm fine. Okay. I'm fine. I am fine. I am working on our thing right here. There he goes. So confirmed that they also from this relationship. I should probably actually move Sophia's name a little further. Oops. Okay, you go over here, and Steven can go up here as well. Because he's not like a huge factor in all this, so I'm not caring about that. Alright, let's put her over here. And then we'll make a line. Like that. Stop it. I don't care. And we'll make a small line because it can't go down into Scott. Like that. And it seems like they did have a kid. Oops. I forgot I need to do this. And they had a baby named Vincent. So much writing, and I hate that the fact that I am writing the affair in. I was hoping that wasn't gonna be brought up, but of course it's brought up. Like, okay. So, November, June, baby, I think, what, in 74? So she started, so a year after she started working at the mansion, she got pregnant with her boss's kid. And they had a kid. Obviously, because I just said that. She got pregnant with her boss's kid and is trying to hide from Vivian. Yeah, man. I would too. I wonder if she's trying to hide because she, like Vivian already knows about it by then, or is she just trying to hide so that way there's less chance of Vivian finding out? I mean, Vivian knows about the. By the time that we come in, Vivian knew about it and everything, so. Oh well. Dear Charles, I received a letter from Dorothy yesterday. She told me everything. What have you done, my son? Does Vivian know? Have you even considered the consequences of your actions? And what of this Sophia? What will you do with her? You made a mistake, and you'll need to take responsibility for what you've done. Do you understand? You cannot take her as your wife. You already have one. This scandal cannot be publicly known. It will destroy your political career. However, the child is important. He is your flesh and blood, and might be the son you need to properly continue the family. I am preparing to visit you. Do not say anything to Vivian yet. I will take care of it when I arrive. Oh, I hate this mother. Oh, I hate... no. Okay, I understand this is like that. It's still in that time frame where, you know, you need a son to carry on your family name. I get that. I do. But you're literally like... And I'm glad that she wants to... I guess the good thing is she wants to tell Vivian about it, because I will take care of it when I arrive. So she doesn't want her son telling Vivian about it until she shows up and she's able to do it, which honestly, for one, that's not your place. You are the mother-in-law. This is not your relationship. You should not be involved. Like, I don't care. And I get that you want a grandson, and this is your grandson, because it is your son's son. But this still does not concern you. You don't need to be involved. Why Dorothy? I like Dorothy. She seemed really neat in her letters and everything. But running to mommy and telling, like, mom did not need to know. She didn't need to know. Oh. Is that recorded? Thank you. Here we go. This is the mother-in-law's, and she dies at 60. Wished for grandkids. Yeah, we already had her in there. I didn't put a little... Well, it's kind of known. Never mind. Hospital reports heart attack as main cause of death. I'm just gonna call her mother-in-law because I don't know how to say her name. It's unfortunately how I am. So mother-in-law passed away last night at the age of 68. She was visiting her son, Charles Roberts, in Painscreek when her heart failed. Dorothy Patterson, a maid working at the mansion, knocked on mother-in-law's door at 7 a.m. Since there was no answer, she assumed that she was still sleeping. It was only 2 hours later when she still did not respond to her knocking, then she realized something was wrong. She called Bernard Hopkins, the mansion butler, who came and opened the door to find mother in law lying on the bed. She wasn't breathing. He immediately called 911. Dr. Johnson, the family doctor and head of the Painscreek Community Hospital, arrived at the mansion around 9:30 and pronounced mother-in-law dead. According to Dr. Johnson, she had probably had a heart attack sometime in the middle of the night. More accurate diagnoses are yet to be determined, but her death was most likely the result of high blood pressure and old age. Wow. I'm I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's his secret area to study, uh, to have his mother's obituary and an early like notice of death in here. I would expect more of obituary, not like, oh hey, someone died type thing. I read this one, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not happy. A butterfly-shaped key used mostly for work, locking musical boxes and wall clocks. To the tea room. I mean, it could go to her musical box, but this is more interesting. Ah, it worked. Nothing happened. Um. Okay, so we have to turn the clock. It will have to face a certain time. We're in the tea room. Tea time is at 3:20 on the dot. Could it be that? Um. Ooh, I like that. Oh, no. Oh. Wait, why aren't you going back? Thank you, go backwards. So 3:20. 5, 10, 20, yeah. Oh, it was that. Cool. Alright, so we have, looks like a letter hidden away in a... I actually really like this clock. I want one. Dear Vivian, I am not writing you as your doctor, but as a friend. I know you had your suspicions about Charles. Now that his affair is revealed, there's no point beating around the bush. June 95. So, yeah, she did know about the affair right afterwards. So, anyway. If you want to protect yourself and Trisha, there's only one way. You have to make Sophia and the baby leave Charles. They need to be moved away from Painscreek. You will, of course, have to compensate her for leaving. As for Charles, he will need to know that having his affair publicly known will destroy his political status. People are not so forgiving when the mayor they trust is involved in a scandal. I figured that Charles will try to add the child to the family registry. I would too. I would do the same if I were him. He is a boy after all, and the child will be able to continue the family line. If that should happen, I cannot imagine what will happen to you. Henry Johnson. Okay, so Johnson here is adding her as a friend, saying, hey, you need to make this a fair and her child go. Pay her whatever money she needs, but she needs to go and just leave. And Charles, she needs to make Charles understand, if you go after this and you do this, the public will know and it's going to cause a scandal and it's going to ruin your career. There's one thing a little bit more than having a son to carry on the name is your career. Like, your power in this, even it's still in this day and age, your power would come before family, and she's gonna try to play that on him. We got another letter now. Vivian, I have given careful thought to your request, and here's my answer. I have provided a new prescription for your mother-in-law. It is 3 times the strength of her usual dosage. Detailed instructions will be sent with the medication. Should you decide to do it, you will need to administer the medicine carefully so no one suspects anything. Call me if you have any questions. Henry Johnson. P.S. Make sure no one else in the mansion ingests any of... Yo, okay. Vivian killed mother-in-law with the help of Dr. Johnson. Legit. Right? Like, is this what we're seeing right now? Okay. Dr. Johnson now can get moved. Up by Vivian. Oop, not like that. Actually, we're gonna give Vivian a little bit. Yeah, we'll put Dr. Johnson way up here. Oh my goodness. That's insane. Like, the doctor... Ugh. Mother-in-law. So, mother-in-law didn't just die because of a heart attack. She just died because she pretty much overdosed on medicine if her prescription was higher than 3 times higher. So, if they had talk screens. Did they have talk screens in the 70s? Was that a thing? I can't remember. Wow. Just wow. Okay, so we found out about... That's so much. That's... Okay. I'm sorry. We could go here. Let's... Wow. Okay, so Vivian killed her mother-in-law. Like, at the time, though, wouldn't she still be, like, kind of mental? Obviously not mental, you know what I mean? Like, but her brain's not thinking straight, right? She just got out of the hospital. Finds out that her husband had an affair that resulted in the son that her mother-in-law has been pushing her to have. And then the mother-in-law keeps butting into the, like... She just got out of the hospital, so, like, that's... Silver Lake Boulevard. This is 29. And, hold on. Bernard lives at... Where did I put him? There. 31. So, 31... 30... Oh, no. Well, it wouldn't go down, would it? What's down here? 28. No number. 31. I mean, we could try. Alright. It's a nice little house. Personally, I wouldn't like the door into the kitchen, but I can see why that's a thing, why some people put that there. Like, you just close off your kitchen and you know, it won't be a thing anymore. Because you can close that off and all of a sudden now it's I don't know, a smaller space, I guess. We have medication again. Medicate a lot of medical bills or pills. Pill bottles. Medical bottles there. Okay, we do know he's a hunter. So that makes sense. Gun. Military badges, so he's probably part of the military or his father was. We got the untold story. Well known for success as a businesswoman in the 20th century. Da, 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 da. First to graduate college, by her mid-20s, she left a highly paid job to start a company. She then met her husband. She helped transform Robert's family business and supported Charles during his election. She also started the Relief Foundation. Okay, yeah, there's not much there. We kind of already know that stuff. We got books. Nope, can't touch those. That's got a little, I like that. Okay. Oh. It's been shattered. And I would say there's like 3 axes missing. Okay, those 2 are locked. I can only examine, so I can't. So, it was shattered, and the back looks like it's been marked up quite a bit. That's really weird. Like, why would that be marked up? I'm not sure about that one. Oh, we have a knife. A knife is missing from this case. Okay, so not only does it look like someone broke his cabinet and grabbed 3 we can assume at least 1 of the axes, because he doesn't have to have a case full of axes. Just, you know, he could be just missing 1. And he's missing a knife. But he only has 3 guns. But for sure, he's probably missing at least 1 axe, and he's missing a knife. And it's not going to be the one in the kitchen, because why would you put a regular, kitchen knife in a case? You know what I mean? Okay. There's a random dart on the floor. Paintings. Alright. I really don't want to read. My throat kills me. Alright. 2 weeks ago, Scott came to me and asked about Sophia. I was surprised he knew about someone who used to work here 20 years ago. I told him that she was once a maid that worked here, but after a few years, she decided to leave the village. Today, I commented about the conversation to Vivian. She asked if Scott had said or asked anything else since then. I could see that she felt uneasy. She told me to keep an eye on him. I find all this very unsettling. Derek Derek doesn't seem too willing to drive for Vivian. I don't think a 5-day trip is that long. Charles often had trips longer than that, and Derek never seemed to mind them. Now that I think about it, Derek is unusually quiet when Vivian is around. He doesn't even look at her. It's like he's avoiding her. I wonder why. I've noticed Vivian has been getting increasingly paranoid whenever she sees Scott, to a point of being upset by his presence. She asked Charles to have someone replace Scott, but Charles kept him. He likes the boy. Maybe those hunting trips really bonded them. It's dad's death anniversary today. I can't believe it's already been more than 2 decades. I visit his grave in the morning. His tombstone is full of fallen leaves. Looks like autumn has started. Mom's tombstone is covered with leaves too. I read today's newspaper and update him on all things that happened here recently. As I sat there talking, I wonder if he could hear me. Will I just spend the rest of my life serving Charles and Vivian until I die? What will people remember me for? I saw Scott and Trisha today. They looked happy. I almost envy them. I think my chance at ever having a relationship with someone is over. What would my life be if I had accepted Angela? I don't think we would have been happy. She wasn't my type anyhow. Who is my type then? I don't know who. But you do, because you put down Vivian. So Bernard has like a little crush going on here on Vivian. Uh and then Derek seems to be upset with Vivian. I'm not sure what's going on there. Scott Charles wants to keep him, so Scott gets to stay, but she does end up firing him in the end. And like this one, uh, like maybe he was just closer with his dad, but once again, I love how like moms would always push for like, I want a grandson. You need a grandson to continue the family name. Blah 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 blah. But when they die, it's not the mother that the son usually goes and talks to. It's the father. You know, like Charles is one of those rare cases where he actually goes and sees his mom instead of his dad. But his dad's not really part of the storyline, so maybe the mom's not part of the storyline. So uh, I don't know how the dad died, but for some reason, dad's important to him, so that's fine. And it just seems like he likes Vivian. He doesn't know what's going on with his life, and that's. Oh, we have another dartboard or dart. We don't see a dartboard though. Password, study room, lock desk, hint. Study room, lock desk, hint. Subtract the yellow darts points from the red dart points. Total. Apartment code. Do we have an aunt that we're gonna go visit? Okay, so we have a lock here. Oh, study room desk. This is a okay. Oh. A bloodstained wood panel. I need a tool to pull out the nails. Okay, so we need to get a hammer. That would be it. I wonder if we actually need, I think we're gonna be missing the code because we don't know where this one was. This way. Yeah, someone might have opened the door a little too fast and knocked one out. Like it went boop boop and then it fell and then sorry. Sound effects are not needed, I know. We can't go into that room. So, okay, something's locked in his desk that we have to go figure out what we need. And I don't know where that point would have been. So that's not helpful at all, right? I guess we're gonna go back to... Can I get through here? Cool. Can I go? I should. Yeah. Alright, where am I? Okay, it's over here. We're gonna go back and see what Mr. Moss here has in his room. Okay, up we go. Knock knock, motherfucker. Alright, so we're in. We got nothing going on. Oops, wait. Okay. Nothing going on again. Where can I find the key? Oh, hey, we noticed that one too. The code is Kelvin's date of birth. Okay. Question mark. Is that a person? I keep trying to take a picture with C, but it keeps putting the camera away. Alright. Father died in mine accident. Okay. He was at home the day. He has no alibi. Okay, sorry. Bernard Hopkins, 31 Silver Lake Boulevard, blah, 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 blah. Father died in mine accident. He was at home the day Vivian was killed. No alibi. Interview with Dorothy, / doubt. Interview with Mary. Meet tomorrow at noon cafe, / meeting with sheriff at the outpost at 10 a.m. on 5/11. He mentioned wanting me to see some files. I found a hidden panel in the inn's reception area. It's part of the counter. It's hard to pop open. The latch is placed at one of the corners. There's some interesting stuff they hide in there. Okay, so where did he go? I move everything around. Gosh, I'm so bad. All right, let's bring him back over. Bernard here has no alibi. And, oops. MP is not how you say no. I don't know where my fingers were. No alibi. Axe case broken into. Missing a axe. Missing a knife. And he has a bloody panel. Blood found at house. I don't think the father dying in the mine has anything to do with what's going on right now, but it does kind of connect him to the family a little bit more than just being the butler. So, father died in mine accident. And it might also explain why he goes and visits his dad, because, like, that's sudden death. So it looks like Steven and the sheriff was working together a bit, because the sheriff, he's supposed to meet with the sheriff. The sheriff didn't say anything about him other than, I think, the message. Okay, it looks like we have to get a key for that. But he mentioned there was a panel. So the only, like, real panel I could see is this one. It's in a corner. Obviously those aren't there. Oh, here we go. Go from the bottom this time. Okay, so we have a clock. We have a bunny. It's so cute. And a logbook. As a private investigator in town by the name of Stephen Moss, rumor has it that someone hired him to investigate Vivian's death after the police ceased their own search. It's a tragedy that Vivian's murder case was never solved. I saw Matthew today while he was cleaning the church. He looked thinner than he used to be. We talked for a bit. He told me that he will be leaving Painscreek soon, as his services won't be needed here anymore. I think the recent deaths in Painscreek affected him tremendously, not to mention the tragedy that befell his adopted son, Scott. Even now, no one knows what really happened. None of the cases were solved. Sometimes I wonder if Scott did kill Vivian, or was he just unfortunate and wrongly accused. Mr. Moss came by today. He decided to question me, see if I knew anything he hadn't already learned. I told him everything I legally could. When asked how his investigation went, he said something about an incident that happened in 1975, which might just be the breakthrough that he needed. As he left, I couldn't help but wonder if it had anything to do with the mansion maid who left Painscreek. So, she was known in Painscreek, she just left. So not many people actually knew about the affair. They actually did cover the affair up. But she was known. None of the cases were solved. So here it says murder case, and then it says none of the cases were solved. So there's another case, and a tragedy befell his adopted son. So that a tragedy happened to Scott, that's why he died. As we already saw that in our notes here. We found him in the cemetery. So now we have to go figure out a few things. The secret is... Hold on. Hold on. Did I write it down? The code is the date of Kelvin's birth date. Okay? So we need to find the code for Kelvin's, for this, which is Kelvin's birth date. We also should probably go to the hospital and see where he took this picture, as there's a question mark here. Like, he doesn't know what this is. We also have to figure out this, which I don't know if that's actually something we'll be able to do, as it looks like we could try to do it. Like, that's 50 points right there. So, I mean, right then and there, we have 50 minus, what, 9? So 41. Just from this. And then we can add this one, which I believe is a triple the number. So 60. So 60 to 51. So 41 plus that will be 101. But it's a 4-digit code. So what? It would be like 1010. 0101. I don't know. We'll figure that one out. Plus, we have to go see if we can find a hammer, because this looks a little suspicious. especially with at least one axe being missing and a knife being missing. And the secret lies with her. So what's going on with Sophia? Now that we know that's Sophia. And there's blood on his car. I almost forgot about that. But yeah, there's blood on his uh, department here. I can't remember what it's called right now. But we need a key for that if we're gonna get into it. There's a bloody handprint, blood right here. Like, that's not looking too good. But we know that Steven didn't do it because he wasn't actually around. He's what, 2 years afterwards. So we actually have a lot to do. So it looks like next time we come back, we're going to go Black Pine Road. We have Dorothy's key. We have hunting grounds. So somewhere over here is the hunting cabin where Scott lived. We have a key for that. Like I said, we have Dorothy here. We haven't gone to the hospital yet, so we should probably go to the hospital, check out the hospital. And yeah, we still got a few things left to look at here. I do like how the game is kind of saying, hey, go here. You don't have to even go here. You just kind of explore. You start somewhere and it starts saying, hey, you found this key. Hey, you might find this key at the flower pots. Hey, here's another stuff. Like, I really like how that it's doing that. So you have to decide on where you're gonna go. But other than that, I will be calling it here as, you know what, I can just walk out the door and save it that way. But yeah, I will be calling it here as we are kind of hitting that mark. My throat really hurts and I'm running late today, so gotta get over to Twitch and get the stream going. It is a Wednesday, so Discord picks games day. I look to see what they are making me play, so I have to go see what they want me to go play now. But I hope you guys have enjoyed Painscreek Killings so far. If you have, let me know. Again, if you're not wanting me to read off like all the journals and newspapers and stuff anymore, just let me know. I know that my speech impairment is getting kind of in the way for you people to actually enjoy what is being said, as I can't pronounce some words. And in other words, I'm just butchering and just continuing through it. But again, just let me know if you guys like that or not. If you do, I will continue to try my best to continue to read them. If you don't, I will stop and save my voice, and it'll probably cut down on the time of these, and we'll actually probably get a lot more into it. But that's totally up to you guys. Let me know. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a wonderful time, and I'll see you then.